Hey, it's Meatball.
And Mark.
And this is the Rocker Morning Show on demand from 107.7 RKR.
Kalamazoo's Rock Station. 107.7 RKR is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
Happy Punchki Day.
Yeah.
Is it? Today's Fat Tuesday, right? Today
It
Mardi Gras?
is,
Holy cow.
yes.
Man.
And I'm actually going to indulge because I've been
Nice.
doing really good.
Well,
I've been avoiding sweets like the plague the last month and a half. And I've been doing really good.
I don't get a sweet tooth very often.
Yeah.
Like, the last week or so, I've really been craving, like, I don't know, candy and like Reese's peanut butter cups and stuff like that. I don't crave sweet stuff like that, which is really weird, man.
Yeah. I'm more into the salty snacks.
Yeah.
That's what that's my Achilles heel. Sugar, not so much, but every once in a while I will dabble. It's just sugar is so addicting.
It is.
That's the worst part.
I mean, I guess I get all my sugars from like the bread and pasta I eat because there's a lot of sugar in that. But yeah, like my go-to is almost always the salty, savory stuff. But I'm telling you, the last week or so, I've had a hankering for sweets. Like I've wanted donuts and stuff all week. Like walking into the kitchen back here, we've got like some leftover candy stuff from the holidays still that I'm completely avoiding. Like I can't, man.
Yep.
I'm trying not to. But Punchkis today, I'm going to indulge as well. Yeah. God, it really is Mardi Gras. Really, it really is Fat Tuesday.
Yeah.
This just snuck up on me, man. It's going to be no time before it's 2 years me in Michigan.
I know. Yeah, coming up on your Michigander quiz.
Mm-hmm.
Round 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. Do I pass the test this year or not? We'll see. I don't know. I feel like I've done a little more research this year. I've learned a little bit more about Michigan. I didn't really travel much further out than I have been, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I did go out to Lake Michigan, so it's a little further west that I've been, but still not really much further than Grand Rapids, so I got to get that done this year.
True.
Hey, vey. All right. Well, Punchkis all around. I'm really looking forward to that. Joanne said one of our sales reps is going to bring those in today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You missed it. A couple of years ago, people were just filling potholes with them and stuff. People were losing their minds.
They're heavy and dense enough you probably could.
Right.
Kalamazoo's Rock Station 107.7 RKR is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
So if you're driving around Southwest Michigan, you might see something a little crazy in the sky over the next few days. It is literally going to be a saw blade wielding helicopter flying around the area. The look on your face just makes this totally worth it, man.
What?
What? This contraption was hired by Indiana Michigan Power to trim trees near their transmission lines. The way they do this is they literally dangle about a dozen saw blades that are probably, I don't know, a couple of yards wide, and they're all lined up in a line, and they literally just fly down the tree line and just buzz the edge of them all off by transmission lines.
This is going to go very well.
They say it is more efficient and it's quicker than going in and like trimming them, with tree trimming crews and stuff. And some of these areas are a little hard to get to, I guess, when you go to transmission lines, because it's not like, they're all right off the side of a road. Some of them are literally like going right through the middle of a forest or something. So, this, more efficient and looks pretty damn cool.
Unless it dive bombs at you.
Yeah, fair enough. No, these, I was skeptical of this too, because I've heard of these things, but I haven't, I thought they were in different countries, because other countries do some weird stuff.
Yeah.
They're just like, put saw blades on a helicopter. It'll be fine. No, this is actually a company based out of Nebraska that does this. But they have really good helicopter pilots and spotters that go with them. And, they literally just drive down fly down a tree line and just buzz these tree limbs off. So they don't, eventually like grow over the power lines, and then a storm will fall off and, break the transmission lines.
Are they letting people, now where's this going down at?
This is going to be, so they're starting today, this morning at like 8-ish, I think. In Van Buren County around Hartford Township. And then they're going to slowly move kind of out towards Lake Michigan, should finish up in the Coloma area by Friday with this whole thing.
Yeah, I would hope they at least let people know, like, hey, just a heads up, we're going to have battle bots with saws on them.
Something a character out of Twisted Metal is going to be flying around Southwest Michigan.
Yeah.
It really does look like something out of Mad Max, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, imagine having no idea that this exists.
Right.
And you don't listen to the rocker, or you don't really read the news or something. And you're out for a leisure drive, you're going home from work, and you look over the horizon, and there in front of you, flying over the road, is a helicopter dangling a dozen giant saw blades on a pole. You'd think the world was ending, right?
Or someone was trying to come after me.
Some kind of post-apocalyptic something was happening. I don't know, man. If I saw that and had no idea what was going on, I immediately would be going home and strapping machine guns to the side of my vehicle, man.
Right. Let's go.
Yeah. The Frontier would look great. What would you put something on the side of the Kia?
Probably some flamethrowers.
Just imagine your little Kia
Probably
running.
a machine gun, mount it right in the middle.
Right on the hood.
As if my little Kia Rio isn't intimidating enough.
It's time to turn up your dials and tune out the traffic because we're playing the Daily 5 on the Rocker Morning Show. Testing the mental magnitude of your favorite morning monkeys on the radio. And now, your hosts for the Daily 5, Meatball and Mark Frank House.
It is the Daily 5 where Mark and I ask each other questions. The other one answers. Today, Mark is asking the questions. I'm answering. And I got some help on the line this morning from our good friend Bob. Good morning, Bob. How are you?
Good. How you doing this morning?
We're doing great, man. You got to help Meatball get 3 out of 5 questions correct. If you do, he will get the second point to start the week. If not, we will tie it up. All right. Here we go.
Let's do this.
Well, food is the first category since it's Punchki Day.
Yay.
What do you call a single Punchki? Is it a Punchek, a Punchik, or Punchki?
I do like food.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Punchkis today too.
Punchek,
Yeah.
Punchik, Punchki.
I want to just say it's Punchek, Bob. What do you think?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
All right, let's go Punchek. Final answer.
That is
Hey.
a individual Punchki is the Punchek.
Well, I will be having Punchki today. More than one.
Geography question number 2.
All right.
Which country alone produces 40% of the world's soccer balls? Is it Pakistan, Argentina, or Italy?
I'm thinking Argentina or Italy.
That I was weirdly enough, I was thinking Pakistan. So that's all 3 of them.
You were on with the first one. Let's go with you.
Oh man. Are you that confident in me, Bob?
I am.
Okay, let's go Pakistan. Final answer. No way.
Pakistan is the correct answer. All right, Meatball, riding this wave.
See, I needed Bob's confidence in me. That's what I've been lacking this whole time.
All right, film question number 3. In the history of cinema, only 3 films have ever won Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Director, Best Screenplay, and Best Film. The films were It Happened One Night, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and what other film? Is it Schindler's List, The Silence of the Lambs, or Forrest Gump?
Bob, do you know the answer for this?
No. I was thinking Silence of the Lambs.
So there's a common phrase that goes around Hollywood, and I'm pretty sure this is it. The year Forrest Gump went up for awards, they literally told people you got gumped because Forrest Gump won everything. Felt like they won everything that year they were in the awards. I'm gonna, if you're good with it, Bob, and you feel confident in me still, I'm gonna say Forrest Gump.
Hey, let's do it. You're on a roll today.
All right, Forrest Gump, final answer.
It was Silence of the Lambs.
Man.
Uh-oh. Oh, you had it.
They must have just missed out on one award or something.
Sports. One of the newer sports invented in 2004, Bosa Ball, was created in what country? Belgium, Brazil, or Finland? Bosa Ball.
What is Bosa Ball?
it kind of it's like has to do with like football, volleyball. There's like a couple other sports. It's weird. But was it invented in Belgium, Brazil, or Finland?
I'm not sure about this one, but I'm thinking Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil sounds weird.
And Meatball apparently doesn't believe in Finland.
No, Finland doesn't exist.
Did on that one question last week. You bet against Finland.
I'm gonna put my faith in Bob here. Bob's, you said Brazil, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right, I'm gonna put my faith in Bob and say Brazil. Final answer.
Bob saves the day, and Meatball gets the second point for the week. One away from the weekly victory, but it's a battle to the end. Bob, congratulations. You helped Meatball get the victory, and we are going to hook you up with a pair of tickets to the Billy Joel Elton John tribute show at Firekeepers.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Great job, Meatball.
Hey, no. All the love, all the appreciation goes to you, Bob. You believed in me. I believed in you. It was a team effort.
Meatball giving victory speeches over here. He still needs to get that third point, though.
I'm about to get played off by the orchestra, though. I got to get out of here. Oh, congrats, man. Thanks for playing along, brother.
Thank you.
Kalamazoo's Rock Station 107.7 RKR. It's a Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frankhouse.
Hi, I'm Meatball.
And there are apparently a lot of pizza places in Michigan that are pure garbage.
Oh,
one place is saying that there's a pizza place that you should be avoiding at all costs. And considering how many have closed down, I'm not too surprised by this list. It's up here on the 107.7 RKR app.
How many are we talking? Like, is this like a big chain?
Well, it doesn't actually come from a pizza place.
What? Hold on. Are we talking like some gas station or something?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, Pasquale's.
Yeah. So Chuck E. Cheese has 12 locations. Actually, like 12 or 13 locations.
Used to be a lot more.
Yeah, it used to be a lot more. Actually, there was one in Rochester Hills where I grew up, and it might actually still be open. No, that one's closed. There was one in Rochester Hills. That's the one that I went to.
Right.
The Last Week Tonight with John Oliver actually had a special recently talking about Chuck E. Cheese. It is hilarious. Going back and deep diving into the history of Chuck E. Cheese, it is so funny that basically Chuck E. Cheese started off as like a trash talking like wise ass who smoked a cigar out of a picture frame. Oh my gosh, dude. I was laughing so hard just watching this whole thing. I never knew about the made-for-TV movie for Chuck E. Cheese, too.
There's a movie?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I have to watch this. Oh, my God. Do you know what? Okay, so I have a little bit of Chuck E. Cheese knowledge. Do you know what the E in Chuck E. Cheese stands for?
I think it's entertainment.
It stands for entertainment. His full name is Charles Entertainment Cheese. The guy who does the voice for Chuck E. Cheese now is the lead singer for Bowling for Soup. Ha! And he has been for a very long time now.
That's so funny.
Do you remember during the pandemic when we couldn't go to places, a new pizza place popped up called Pasquale's?
Yes.
That was Chuck E. Cheese trying to basically save their ass and still serve pizza. They rebranded as Pasquale's on all of the delivery apps.
Oh,
so
wow.
that people are like, oh, what's this Pasquale's pizza? That sounds good. And they didn't realize they were just ordering Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
Right.
And then on top of that, there's the rumor or the conspiracy going around where when you order a Chuck E. Cheese pizza, it is not a full pizza. It's like pieces of other pizzas put together.
Yeah, that they saved. That was the rumor, is that if you had an unfinished pizza, that they would just take the remaining slices and fix it with other slices, which is why my dad always said, even if you don't like pickles, take a bite out of the pickles so that the restaurant doesn't reuse them.
Yeah. Oh my God. Cause like I was skeptical of this. And then I started seeing people post photos of like, they brought this pizza out to me and it legit looks like there are pieces missing that don't, and that have been replaced with other pieces that just don't fit. And like, if you really put it together, they don't line up. Like it is It is unbelievably strange. And it makes me, allegedly. It makes me very uncomfortable. Not that I eat a whole lot of Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
Well, back in the day when you were going to Chuck E. Cheese, you weren't going there for the fine cuisine.
No. I was going for the ball pit and whack-a-mole.
Yeah, ball pit, whack-a-mole. Give me that pizza that gives me indigestion and give me some cotton candy.
And then those creepy animatronics, man. Like,
right.
There's a reason they keep turning movies closely related to Chuck E. Cheese into horror films now.
Right.
Five Nights at Freddy's, direct from Chuck E. Cheese, man.
Chuck E. Cheese, maybe not the best place to get a pizza. Now, if it's a fight you're looking for... Kalamazoo's Rock Station, 107.7 RKR, the Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frakehouse and Meatball, joined on the phone by the former guitarist of Wings. The ladies call him Big Jebs. We're talking to Lawrence Juber today. Welcome to the Rocker Morning Show.
How are you?
Not too shabby, man. I'm glad to have you on the show with us today.
Well, I tell you, I'm excited because you're in Kalamazoo, home of Gibson guitars originally.
You know your history well, my dude.
Are you a Gibson player? Is that...
I do play Gibson on electric, especially. I mean, I'm a Les Paul guy. But even though my album was actually recorded on a Martin guitar, which I have a signature model with them. But I'm definitely a fan of Gibson.
That's awesome, man. Well, you've got your new album out, A Day in My Life, which is out now everywhere. It's interesting that the day that we're doing this interview, it's actually the 60th anniversary of the Beatles' first appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show. This band played a huge role in you becoming a musician, correct?
That's correct, yeah. And by the way, it's not a coincidence that I chose today for the release date. It seems very appropriate.
Well, maybe just a hint of sarcasm in there.
Yeah. And I'm in New York right now at the TWA Hotel.
Oh, cool.
JFK Airport for the Beatle fans, which is celebrating that Ed Sullivan debut. But in England we didn't have the Ed Sullivan Show, so the whole year of 1963, when I was 10 years old, was this cresting wave of Beatlemania. And for my 11th birthday in November of that year, I got a guitar, and I just never put it down. And, of course, the Beatles were, so much a part of my musical adolescence.
Now, I'm sure, some of the first songs that you learned on your guitar, were those Beatles songs, and it eventually, led to a huge career for you in the London scene, being a session musician. But also, you're known as the guitar player for Wings. You spent some time with Paul McCartney there. Now, as somebody who got their start in music because of the Beatles, can you explain what it felt like to have one of the actual Beatles want you to be part of their project?
Well, in that moment where he asked me to join the band at the audition, I was, there was a deep thought for a nanosecond as to, I'd spent, years developing my career as a studio musician, and I knew I was going to have to give that up to join Wings.
True.
But I couldn't turn down the opportunity. I mean, it was just too great to miss. And even, even after I'd been in the band for some time, being on stage, and I'd look over and it's like, wait a minute, I'm on stage with Paul McCartney. I mean, it's like the fan in me is always tickled by that. But the serious musician part of me was just embracing the opportunity to actually work with a musician, with an artist of that caliber and legacy. And it was a great education, like getting my master's degree from McCartney University.
Oh yeah, I heard that's quite the nice university to get a musician degree in.
That's right. Yeah.
I was going to say, hopefully he hooked you up with a discount, you know what I'm saying? We'll definitely check it out. The new album, A Day in the Life, is out now, coinciding with the 60th anniversary of the Beatles' first performance on the Ed Sullivan Show. Lawrence, we appreciate your time today, and congratulations on everything, and thank you for the years of music.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me on.
All right, thanks, Lawrence. Have a good day.
So much fun hanging out with Lawrence Juber this morning. We've got plenty more of this interview available for you to download on demand on the 107.7 RKR app.
Kalamazoo's Rock Station, 107.7 RKR. It is a Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
On this decadent Punchki day, I'm all about living lavishly, This is the day where you get to eat whatever you want, do within legal reasons, do whatever you want to do. And it's nice to think of the exorbitant things that you could be doing with your life, like maybe living in a baseball field.
Living in a baseball field.
Yes. So there is there's a ballpark, or what was a ballpark in Indianapolis, and Indianapolis doesn't have a major league team. They have a AAA team called the Indianapolis Indians. They used to play at Busch Stadium, not that Busch Stadium, different one, named for a different guy, on the northwest side of town. It was kind of out of the way, toward the Speedway out there. And in 1996, the Indians moved to a downtown stadium in Indianapolis and essentially abandoned Busch Stadium. That stadium was pretty legendary because it held the 1987 Pan Am Games. The baseball tournament was held there. It was home to, I think, 5 or 6 different Negro League teams. And Hank Aaron actually played for the Indianapolis Clowns, which was kind of like, the Savannah Bananas now?
Yeah.
It was like the Negro League equivalent of that.
Gotcha.
Hank Aaron was a part of that team for a while, which is really cool. Legendary players have come through that field, and in 1996 it essentially just got abandoned once they moved on. A Speedway bought that park and they turned it into a dirt track for a while, and it did okay, but they eventually closed it. And then when Cash for Clunkers happened in 2009, they used the baseball field as a storage place for all these cars. So essentially it was abandoned. It turned into a used car lot where they just stored all these busted up cars. And people kept looking at the stadium going, man, this is a great place. I remember going to games at the stadium. I wish they could preserve it and save it because there was a lot of history there. So developer came across and said, I got an idea. They cleared out all the clunkers, redid the ball field, replaced the dirt part of the baseball diamond with, I think it's just red stamped concrete, but it still looks like a ball field. Mm-hmm. And they completely redid the grandstand behind home plate to be apartments.
That's pretty wild.
The entire first and third baseline and behind home plate structure of the entire stadium is now 138 different apartments.
Wow.
In this complex. So it went from holding 15,000 people for ball games to 138 different people living there. And on top of that, if you happen to live in an apartment on the side facing the infield, you literally have a patio or a porch that overlooks a baseball diamond every single morning of your life.
That is so weird.
If I'm a baseball fan, which I love baseball, and now that the NFL's over, we have the Super Bowl, we can move on to baseball season. Spring training's in just a few weeks, This is like the dream, man.
That is pretty wild that they were able to reconstruct it like this.
Mm-hmm. And they preserved a lot of the original structure, too. So the original facade of the building is still there. The original steel structure, a lot of the brick, even the ticket windows are still out front. And there's a woman that actually lives in an apartment right behind home plate. She was a fan of the Indianapolis Indians and collected programs from all the different games and stuff that she went to. She's got it mounted up on the wall in her apartment, and she literally lives right behind home plate where she came and saw all those games.
Stadium lofts.
Yeah, stadium lofts.
It wrote itself.
You want to know the craziest part about this, though?
What's that?
And I don't know if it's been updated as in recent years, because the article I saw about, what they've done with the stadium is a few years old. At the time, take a guess as to how much those apartments were going for.
Oh, I don't even know. It's probably got to be a couple thousand a month.
The largest apartments, and this is a couple of years ago, I think, were going for about $1,600. For overlooking a base. No, that's great.
Yeah.
For Northwest Indianapolis, overlooking a ball field.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
What?
It's what, like a 4-hour commute from Indianapolis to here? Is that right?
I just hate to be someone who gets evicted from one of those places. You know why?
What's that?
Because they'd probably walk up and go, "You're out of here." 2 for Tuesday on Kalamazoo's Rock Station 107.7 RKR, the Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frankhouse.
And Meatball.
Man, I just opened up my Facebook this morning and I found what is possibly the most dangerous festival that's going down in Battle Creek.
Oh, yeah? Let's hear it.
The S'mores Festival.
Oh.
I just had to take it all in for a second. Because there is legitimately a S'mores Festival happening in Battle Creek in just a few short weekends. And if you open up the 107.7 RKR app, I got all the details on the event. It's going to be going down at Horrocks off Beckley Road in Battle Creek.
Okay.
That's going to be February 24th. And
Are there like different variations of s'mores you can
here's
do,
the
I
thing.
guess?
Here's the thing. They said they're going to have s'more supplies. I do s'mores differently, though.
Okay.
I don't use the chocolate bar. I use a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
Take it in for a minute.
So do you, okay, I know there's like different marshmallows and different things like that
Yeah.
out there. So like, if they're doing a s'mores fest, I have to assume that there's going to be different people doing different types of s'mores. So like,
You would think
there's the stuffed marshmallows, you know, that have the little chocolate core. You
Yeah.
know, you could do that.
you would think I'm going to come with some heavy artillery though.
Okay, all right.
Because I want to be able to enjoy this. But they're going to have like an outdoor fire pit for roasting. They're going to have hot cocoa there, complimentary, and beers on tap as well.
Nice.
So yeah, there's going to be some beers out there and lots of s'mores. So you can literally just see what would pair best. I would imagine like a stout would go well with s'mores easily.
What was the cookie stout from presidential that we had?
Oh yeah, I am not a crookie.
I am not a crookie. Oh man.
So yeah, check this out. It's up here on the Rocker app. The S'mores Festival going down in Battle Creek. And it's going to be a sticky situation.
Just imagine like we've now come to a point in our lives and existence where we're doing pairings of alcohol with s'mores. And I cannot be more thankful that I am alive in this time period. Man.
Yeah. World's ending, but at least we got these s'mores festivals, you know?
Oh, God. And a couple from Yes on 2 for Tuesday. Kalamazoo's Rock Station 107.7. RKR is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
So I love, I hate to admit this because they're both on teams that I just wish would lose games, especially one of them. I love following the Kelsey brothers, Travis and Jason Kelsey, online. Do you watch their New Heights podcast at all?
No.
It is phenomenal. Nominated for one of the best podcasts out there. They talk football. They talk life. They give like inner workings of how the NFL works, how their family works. Cause I mean, these are who was it? Bert Kreischer said this the other day. He goes, they have a better podcast than me and Tom Segura. Like they're supposed to be meatheads and not good at this. And they have a better podcast than just about anybody else out there right now. It is entertaining. It's funny. It's informative. It can be serious when it needs to be. I love the Kelsey brothers, and I cannot wait for Jason Kelsey to retire so I can fully love him because he's an Eagle right now, and I have to hate him at least 50%.
I thought he did retire.
No, he hasn't announced a retirement.
Gotcha.
It's still kind of like out there, and he keeps saying, well, I'm an Eagle for now, but like,
yeah,
we'll see how that goes. But those brothers clearly know how to party. Like when they went to Buffalo and Jason Kelsey, you know, took his shirt off, he was going full Bills Mafia and stuff. I had to laugh. Somebody posted, you saw him in his overalls at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Somebody said his wife Kylie dressed him in those overalls just to make sure he wouldn't take his shirt off because it'd be more difficult.
Poor guy.
But after the game, there was a lot of footage of like Travis, you know, going out in the clubs with, you know, Mahomes, and obviously Taylor was with him.
Yeah.
And then there was Jason, who was, I don't know, he was just being big goofy brother, hanging out with him.
Yeah.
Wife nowhere near. Like I'm sure she was relaxing back in the hotel room. There is footage of Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift just dancing, doing their things, having drinks and celebrating. The camera pans to the right and it shows the EDM music guy Marshmello playing a set. Jason Kelsey is up on the rail with a microphone in his hand, clapping away, wearing a luchador mask in Chiefs colors, just going nuts.
I saw that. I was like, that's awesome.
I want to party with Jason Kelsey. That dude is, I think he's our age. I think he's around our age.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And there's no way I could keep up with that dude ever. That dude goes hard in the paint. You have to think too, all these players have been pent up for the entire season. And then everything ends in Vegas too. So like all that partying they didn't get to do during the season, it was like Vegas, baby, let's go.
Right.
My favorite part about the interviews the next morning after the Super Bowl is that every single player they talk to, i.e. a Travis Kelsey, a Patrick Mahomes or anything, they've been up all night, have not gone to bed, probably still hammered out of their minds doing those interviews. I love every bit of it. Every single bit of it. And next year, do you know where the Super Bowl is?
No.
It's in New Orleans.
Oh, God.
It is the Sunday before Mardi Gras in New Orleans. You thought Vegas was crazy, man. Super Bowl, 2 days, Mardi Gras.
Rest in peace, all their livers.